Good afternoon. Now today we shall discuss about the phase rule and application of phase rule to monocomponent system like water. So this phase rule is very important in the sense that we can apply in industries, in particularly in metallurgy. Different mixtures of the metal can be prepared, and in that case we study about the eutectic mixture. Many of the students of the mechanical, if they study in higher semester, they will study about the eutectic mixture, and that is also of the part of the phase rule. So before discussing the broader aspect of the phase rule, first of all, we have to understand some fundamentals of the phase rule. So before understanding the phase rule, Gibbs for the first time gave a mathematical relation regarding the relation between phased components and degree of freedom. We shall discuss what are phases, what are components, and what are the degree of freedom. So these are the fundamentals of the phase rule. So Gibbs, Gibbs phase rule, Gibbs phase rule. But although it has been derived on the basis of thermodynamic relation, so mathematically Gibbs derived a relation. So there is no need of the derivation given by the Gibbs. So simply I write here Gibbs phase rule, it is F is equal to C minus P plus 2. This is a very simple relation between phases. This is the P represent phase, P phase, C component, and F degree of freedom. Degree of freedom. And this is the relation. Here too, it represents temperature and pressure. Actually, we shall discuss about the degree of freedom. So degree of freedom is the number of variables. Number of variables. So in chemistry, three variables are very important. One is the pressure, second is the temperature, third is the composition. So how many variables are required, or they are specified for studying the system in equilibrium? So whenever you talk about the phase diagram or phase rule or study of the phase. It means there is equilibrium between two phases or three phases. We shall discuss it later on. So this is the Gibbs phase rule. Means it is a general statement. If somebody asks you what is the age rule, so very easily we can say that age rule is a simple general statement which indicate the relation between degree of freedom component and phases of the system in equilibrium. So now we have to explain what are the phases, what are the components, and what are the degree of freedom. So first of all, we shall discuss about the phase. Means define phases. फेज को आप कैसे डिफाइन करोगे? कहता है कि फेज is nothing but it is one state of the matter. Everybody knows that matter can exist in solid state, can exist in liquid state, or can exist in gas state. So in phase rule or phase study, we use term phase. State of the matter is that is the phase. For example, if you say that there is a water, liquid, so it is one phase of the water. If water is changed into gas, vapor, this is another phase, gaseous phase of the water. If water is changed into ice, it becomes solid. This is another phase of the water. So these are the different phases. So how to define? This is enough to understand. If there is ice, I can say solid phase. If it is water liquid, I can say it is liquid phase. If it is vapor, we can say. But how to define? So for the definition, we can write phase is homogeneous part of heterogeneous system, heterogeneous system which is physically distinct mechanically separable and bounded by boundary line. Very simple. फेज है क्या? तो कहता है कि होमोजेनियस पार्ट ऑफ ए वन थिंग यू हैव टू कीप इन माइंड that phase rule is applicable to heterogeneous system. So in the heterogeneous system, there are different state of the matter present. So in same state of the matter, we say phase of the matter. So what is the phase? So phase is a homogeneous part. Just see, homogeneous part. So phase is a homogeneous part of the heterogeneous system, which is physically distinct. भौतिक रूप में अलग दिखे. We can very easily distinguish between solid ice and water liquid and vapor as well. तो देखने में भौतिक रूप से अलग दिखे तो physically distinct homogeneous part of the heterogeneous system, which is physically distinct, mechanically separable and bounded by boundary line. Just see, this is the phase diagram of the water system. This is the phase diagram of water system. And this phase diagram has been obtained by plotting pressure and temperature. So at different temperature and pressure, suppose you are increasing temperature, pressure is increasing, so you will get this type of the curve, one curve. And this is another curve. Just see the whole water transformation of one phase into another, that depends upon the temperature and pressure as well. Suppose you are not giving temperature, even ice can melt. Wow! By applying pressure. Simply at normal temperature, you can melt ice without applying heat or by applying pressure. You know, ice and water are in equilibrium if you apply pressure. So equilibrium will shift towards water. Why? Because Lee-Chatelier principle say that pressure will decrease the volume, and therefore ice will try to gain lower volume. Volume of the ice is higher than the volume of the water. So if you apply pressure, the equilibrium will shift towards water, and therefore ice will change into water. So melting is not only because of the temperature, melting is only because of the pressure. So transformation of the phase can take place. So this ice can change into water. This ice can directly change into vapor. Water can change into vapor. Vapor can change into water. Vapor can change into ice directly. We shall discuss it later on. So here we say there are three phases. One is the solid phase, ice phase. This is the phase. COA, this area, it represents the ice phase. And COB, it represents the water phase. AOB, this area represents the vapor phase. So this is the homogeneous part of this is the phase. This is the mixture, ice, water and water, heterogeneous system. But this AOB, this area is homogeneous. This COB, it is homogeneous. Why? Because if you take liquid from here, it is water, take liquid here, water, liquid here, water. So everywhere there is a water molecule, so it is the homogeneous. So it is the homogeneous part. Mechanically you can separate water from ice, you can separate vapor from water and ice, so mechanically separable and bounded by boundary line. This is the boundary line. Let's see, this is the boundary line indicating that the area under this boundary it is the liquid phase. Similarly, this area COA, this area it is also a homogeneous part of the heterogeneous system and it is mechanically separable. We can take out ice from the water, so it is mechanically separable and bounded by boundary line and exactly in this way. So the definition can be understood by the phase diagram. Now there are some understanding regarding the phase. If somebody asks you that how many phases are present in a mixture of hydrogen? Suppose hydrogen gas, nitrogen gas and oxygen gas. These three gases are mixed together. If somebody asks me how many phases are present in this mixture, so very clear. all गैसेज आर मिसिबल, प्रत्येक गैस एक दूसरे में मिल जाती है। आप अंतर नहीं कर सकते हो कि इतनी बाउंड्री के अंदर ऑक्सीजन है, इतनी बाउंड्री में नाइट्रोजन है या इतनी बाउंड्री के अंदर हाइड्रोजन है, सब मिल जाता है। तो द होल सिस्टम बिकम्स होमोजीनियस, and if the whole system is homogeneous, there is one phase. So one should always keep in mind that mixture of all gases, not only nitrogen, hydrogen, I say, any gas, mixture of number of the gases that will constitute a homogeneous part and that constitute a single phase. So one should remember that all gases form a single phase. Second thing, suppose you dissolve sodium chloride in water. Sodium chloride in water, what will happen? Sodium chloride, ionic compound, crystal will dissolve in water, sodium ion separated from chloride ion. Now, would you be able to see whether there is a sodium ion or chloride ion in water? No, not at all. The whole solution of the sodium chloride looks a homogeneous solution. So, if the whole solution is homogeneous, so there is a one phase because of the definition. Definition says homogeneous part of the heterogeneous system which is physically distinct, mechanically separable and bounded by boundary line. So there is a homogeneous part, a homogeneous solution of sodium chloride in water, so there is a single phase. So P means phase, P is equal to 1. So in case of sodium chloride solution in water, phase is 1. Now another example, just take oil and water. You mix oil and water. Both are liquid, but oil and water are immiscible. मिलते नहीं है एक दूसरे में। तो अगर आप मिला देते हो oil and water, what will happen? Just see. This is the container, this is the oil, and this is the water. So this oil, it is homogeneous and water is homogeneous. So there are two phases. One phase is oil and second phase is water. So whenever you prepare a mixture of 2, 3, 4 immiscible liquid, you will get different number of the homogeneous part in the heterogeneous system, and that depends upon that for the different number of the phases. Now, just take another example. If there is a saturated solution of the sodium chloride, saturated solution of the sodium chloride in water. So, what natural, if there is a saturated solution, some solid part of the sodium chloride is present. This sodium chloride is in equilibrium with the solution. So, some part of the sodium chloride is present and solution is present, and therefore, in case of saturated solution of the sodium chloride, you will have two phases. One phase solid sodium chloride, and second phase is the solution part of the sodium chloride solution. So in this way, now you take another example also. Just take the decomposition of the calcium carbonate in a closed container. Decomposition of calcium carbonate in closed container. Calcium carbonate, equilibrium, calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide. Calcium carbonate is solid, calcium oxide is solid, and carbon dioxide is the gas. If somebody asks you how many phases are present in this system, heterogeneous system, so very easily you can understand. But then someone can confuse also. Someone can say this is solid, so solid constitute one phase, carbon dioxide constitute another phase. No, not at all. Although it is solid, but it is not physically same as this one. Chemically different. So this one is solid, no doubt, but calcium oxide is different from calcium carbonate. For example, you take sand and sugar. Sand plus sugar. Sand plus sugar. Both are solid, but both are different, and they will constitute two phases. So exactly in this case, decomposition of the calcium carbonate into calcium oxide and carbon dioxide, there are two phases. So P equal to 2. What? Sorry, P equal to 3. One, calcium carbonate. Second, calcium oxide. And third, carbon dioxide. So there are three phases in the equilibrium of decomposition calcium carbonate and carbon into calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. So all these things are kept in mind to understand the phases. So one term which is used in Gibbs phase rule is the phase. ये हमको जानना पड़ेगा फेज है क्या. फेज आप समझ जाओगे क्लियर कट, उसका कंसेप्ट आपके दिमाग में आ जाएगा, तो फिर आपको फेज रूल में कोई भी प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. नाउ कम टू दी अनदर टर्म सी. सी इज द अनदर टर्म दैट इज द कंपोनेंट. कंपोनेंट दो चीजें आपको अलग अलग माननी पड़ेगी. एक टर्म है कंपोनेंट, एक टर्म है कंस्टिट्यूएंट. कंस्टिट्यूएंट जिससे मिल के बना है। जैसे आप ये कहें कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट इक्विलिब्रियम कैल्शियम ऑक्साइड प्लस कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड। इस हेटेरोजेनियस सिस्टम में तीन कंस्टिट्यूएंट हैं अवयव। एक कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट सॉलिड, सेकेंड सॉलिड कैल्शियम ऑक्साइड, थर्ड इज द बेस, बट नॉट कंपोनेंट, नो नॉट कंपोनेंट। So component is another thing. You have to differentiate between component and constituent. So what is the component definition? Component, how to define component? Component are defined as minimum number of constituent which explain composition of each phase directly or by chemical equation in which positive, negative or zero sign are permissible. कहता है कि कंस्टिट्यूएंट की कम से कम वह संख्या, जैसे तीन कंस्टिट्यूएंट है कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट, कैल्शियम ऑक्साइड, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड, तो कहता है तीन में कम से कम क्या होगा? कम से कम तो एक होगा। तो किसी एक से अगर पूरे फेड के कंपोजिशन को हम एक्सप्लेन कर पाएंगे तो कंपोनेंट की संख्या एक होगा, लेकिन इसमें होता नहीं है। फिर कहता है कि एक के बाद क्या होगा? एक के बाद दो आए, तो तीन में से कोई दो एक साथ ले लीजिए और हर फेज को एक्सप्लेन कर दीजिए, तो इसका माने है कि मिनिमम संख्या दो हुई और वो मिनिमम संख्या कंपोनेंट कहलाएगी। तो कंपोनेंट इज द मिनिमम नंबर ऑफ द कंस्टिट्यूएंट कहला। फिर कहता है, फिर आगे क्या कहता है? व्हिच कैन डायरेक्टली एक्सप्लेन द कंपोजिशन ऑफ ऑल फेजेस or it can explain the composition of all phases by means of chemical equation, रासायनिक समीकरण के माध्यम से, जिसमें कि धन, ऋण और शून्य का प्रयोग किया जा सकता है। मीन्स यू कैन अप्लाई जीरो साइन, प्लस करना है प्लस कर लो, निगेटिव साइन माइनस करना है माइनस कर लो, जीरो करना है तो जीरो कर लो। इनका उपयोग करके आप रासायनिक समीकरण बना करके आप कंपोजिशन को बता सकते हैं। तो कंपोजिशन कैन बी आइदर डायरेक्टली एक्सप्लेन और एक्सप्लेन विद द हेल्प ऑफ द केमिकल इक्वेशन। जस्ट टेक वेरी सिंपल एग्जांपल, वाटर सिस्टम। जस्ट सी हियर, वाटर सिस्टम कंपोनेंट आपको ज्ञात करना है कि ये वाटर जो है ये क्या कंपोनेंट इसका होगा? कंपोनेंट जैसे आइस, इक्विलिब्रियम वाटर, इक्विलिब्रियम वाटर। What is ice? H2O. What is water? H2O. What is vapor? H2O. So each phase, it is one phase, this is second phase, third phase. Number of the constituent, number of the shape, water is one constituent, either in ice or in water or in vapor. If you draw heat from the water, it will transform into ice. If you put heat into water, it will transform into vapor. But the constituent is water. So there is one constituent, and if there is one constituent, the minimum number is 1, and therefore the constituent is same as the number of components. So therefore, this is water system is monocomponent. It is monocomponent. But what about this system? Just see here. This is the calcium carbonate, solid, equilibrium, calcium oxide, solid, plus carbon dioxide. The number of components can be calculated in such type of the system, heterogeneous system. You can say C is equal to N minus E. What is it? N is the number of the species. Number of species या component 1, 2, 3 ये 3 component हैं या species हैं. तो n इक्वल टू 3 माइनस 2 इक्वेशन का इक्वेशन है, एक इक्वेशन है, यह रासायनिक समीकरण है, एक है 1 it is 2. It means you can explain, just you see this is the direct formula. Physically directly we can explain the composition of this one and this one and this one. Now chemically we can also explain, just see, if I say calcium carbonate है, suppose this is the calcium carbonate है, हमको ये बताना है कि calcium carbonate फेज है रासायनिक समीकरण से, इन्हीं में से कोई आप दो एक साथ चुन लो, इन्हीं टू, आप मान लो कि इन दोनों को आपने चुन लिया, मिनिमम 2 मान लिया है, एक से नहीं होगा, एक के बाद 2 होगा, तो 2 को चुना. तो अगर हमको ये कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट का फेज चुनना है, तो ये कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट का फेज का कंपोजिशन बताना है, तो हमने लिखा कैल्शियम ऑक्साइड प्लस कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड. डायरेक्टली जिसको हम कहते हैं कि कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट है, इनडायरेक्टली कहते हैं कि इट इज नथिंग बट द मिक्सचर ऑफ कैल्शियम ऑक्साइड एंड कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड. एक फेज का कंपोजिशन आप दोनों से करिए. अब आता है दूसरा फेज कैल्शियम ऑक्साइड. तो कैल्शियम ऑक्साइड के फेज का कंपोजिशन आपको बताना है, इन्हीं दोनों के साथ बताना कि द हेल्प ऑफ ऑल दीस टू कंस्टिट्यूएंट व्हाट हाउ यू कैन फ्रेम द इक्वेशन. तो यू विल से इस कैल्शियम ऑक्साइड के फेज में कैल्शियम ऑक्साइड ही होगी, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड नहीं होगी. तो हाउ टू राइट कैल्शियम ऑक्साइड प्लस 0 कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड लाइक दिस. ये कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड है, तो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड के फेज में कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड ही होगी, कैल्शियम ऑक्साइड नहीं होगी. तो यू विल बी राइट 0 कैल्शियम ऑक्साइड प्लस कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड. Just I have taken the help of plus and 0 sign in framing the chemical equation for what? For explaining the composition of 3 phases. Calcium carbonate 1 phase, calcium oxide another phase, carbon dioxide another phase. So in this way, I have defined 2 terms. One is the phase, second is the component. How to calculate mathematically? I have given the formula. Component is equal to n minus e, that is the total number of the constituent or species minus equation, and you can calculate directly the number of components present in the heterogeneous system. So in next lecture, we shall explain degree of freedom and give the application of free will. Thank you very much. Thank you.